Good afternoon, Year 6, and welcome to our final lesson of this week's home learning. I'm hoping that on Monday I might be able to see a few of you and we will be back in school. But I am recording this on the 21st of May, and this is our lesson for the 5th of June, so we will see. Anyway, let's crack on with today's lesson. All of our starters this week have been on BIDMAS, and I've got the final one for today. So I'm just going to scroll into the full screen option, and I would like you to have a go at answering these questions. Remember, indices, where you've got 4 squared, comes before a lot of others. So it's BIDMAS, where you've got the brackets, indices, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, in that order. Have a go at these questions by pressing pause on your tablets, and then I will go through the answers shortly. Okay, hopefully you've had enough time to complete that. Let's have a look at the answers. So you can see here we've got the answers, and then the underlining in the blue shows you the part that you should have done first if you've made any errors. Okay, go through, check to see which ones you've got right, and if you have made any mistakes, have a look and see if you can work out why. Right, we'll crack on now with today's lesson, and it's the final one of money problems. And we've got an in-focus task for you to start. I've zoomed in already, and let's just move some of these around just to make it a little bit easier to see. And we start off with some prices in a flower shop. We've got tulips, roses and daffodils, and it says how many roses can you buy for exactly £2? Simple question to start with. Could you show me in as many different visual ways how you could explain that to somebody else that might be younger or that doesn't understand? Okay, only a couple of minutes for this one. Have a go at it, please. I almost forgot, there is another part to this question, which is just underneath. It says that Hannah buys 1 bunch of tulips and 3 bunches of daffodils. How much does she pay altogether? Okay, have a go at those 2 questions, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so let's go through how we might represent this visually and to help with our understanding. First thing I'm going to do is just look at the key points of the question. These are some prices in a flower shop. How many roses can you buy for £2? So I'm just going to look at the important part here, circling the 40p because we know that that's the important part, and the £2 there. Now, in order to solve this question, all you're doing is seeing how many 40p roses there are in £2. Simple division, but I've represented it using a number line here. As you can see, I've got a rose here, and each rose is 40p. You simply add them up together to see how many roses you'll need before you get to £2. And if you look closely, you go from 40p, 80p, £1.20, £1.60, and then finally up to £2. If you know your 4 times table, it's exactly the same. And we can see then that we're able to buy 5 roses. A simple question, but a good way to just show our understanding here of how that can be represented. Then the next part of the question looked at the last part. So I'm just going to scroll down here, and I've got the question, and I need to underline the different parts of the question that are important. So I've got here, Hannah buys 1 bunch of tulips and 3 bunches of daffodils. Just to make sure that I'm correct, I'm going to circle the 1 bunch here, and I also know that I need to have 3 bunches of daffodils. So I'm going to start with that part there. It's 3 multiplied by 55 pence. Number of ways of doing this. I did it by multiplying 3 multiplied by 50 to make £1.50, and then adding the 3 lots of 5p to make £1.65. Some of you might have used a different method. That is entirely up to you, as long as you come up with this answer here. And it's very simple to add these 2 together, the £1.65 for the 3 bunches of daffodils to the £1.20 for the tulips, to get the grand total of £2.85. That was a former SATs question, and if you got both those right, you would have got 2 marks for it. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is our guided practice. And I need to zoom in on this one so you can see it. We've got 3 pineapples cost the same as 2 mangoes. 1 mango costs £1.35. How much does 1 pineapple cost? Straight away, I'm going to go to this one here because I know that one mango is 1.35 and that 3 pineapples are the same as 2. And we need to know at the end of the question what 1 pineapple is going to cost. Just have a go at that question and then I will go through it shortly. Press pause on your devices and have a go. Okay, so let's see how we can solve this. Well, the first part is that we know that 1 mango costs £1.35. But I need to know what 2 mangoes are to get the total cost of the 3 pineapples. So the first thing I'm going to do is to take those 2 mangoes and find out what they cost in total. So 1 mango is £1.35 times by 2 equals £2.70. I've simply doubled £1.35 and used my knowledge of number to be able to do that. Now if I know that these mangoes equal £2.70, that the 3 pineapples then must equal £2.70, but I've got to find out 1. So I've got to divide this £2.70 by 3. And once again, I've done the short standard written method, the bus stop method for division. So I'm going to go through that now. 3 into 2, I can't do that. So I'm going to put the 0 here. Remember to put my decimal point in here and then put the 2 next to here to make 27. Now I'm going to do 3 into 27 goes 9. So there's 9 lots of 3 in 27. 3 into 0 is 0. So I know that one of them will cost, you have to excuse my pound sign here, which drawing it with the mouse isn't the easiest. But each one of those pineapples is going to cost £0.90 or 90 pence. So I could just write in there 90p, which is probably the way that we would represent it, but either way is okay, 90p or the way that I've represented it here. And that's the answer to the question. So on to our independent learning. Right, for independent learning today, I'm going to do exactly the same as I did with Wednesday's lesson. I'm going to give you some questions on money, and then I'll put the answers up after we have done them. There are 4 questions today. I'd like you to have a go at each in turn. So once I put it up onto the screen, press pause, have a go at it, and when you've done the question, then go on to the next one and repeat the process. So let's zoom in on the first question. These are all on the website if you can't see them on your devices, and you are able to print them out as well. So the first question here, we have got it written up here. Press pause on your devices and have a go and see whether you can solve it. Okay, let's go on to question 2. Have a go at that. Press pause on your devices and see how well you can do. Question 3. I'll just scroll down so you can see the whole of the question, and then that's it. Press pause and have a go. And finally, question 4. Okay, I'm hoping that you've been able to have a go at all 4 questions. I'm now going to put the answers up, and as we go through, I'm not going to go through the questions. What I'm just going to do is put the answers up, and then you can see how you've got on in a similar way that we might do at the end of our independent learning in the lesson, and then I might be able to then jump in and help a few children that might have struggled with a couple of the questions. So here is the first question and the answers. And question 2. Question 3. And finally, question 4. Okay, that's it for today's lesson. I hope that you found this week useful. And as I said before at the beginning of the video, I'm hoping I might be able to see some of you on Monday, the 8th of June. Thanks for now. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye.